Hey, y'all travelers, hope you all are doing amazing. So, today is the ninth astonishing day of my vlog, and today is the 14th day of our enlightenment. So, this is the 14th day I'm celebrating my enlightenment. So, the only difference that I can feel is the stability in my eyes. Apart from that, all of the components in life are quite similar. Most of the things are not going good. Most of the family members, my mom, and all my family members are not happy. Obviously, enlightenment comes with lot of chaos, but yes, the satisfaction inside is something unmatchable. Most of the people watching me not willing, not loving this, but yes, this is something I am doing. It is automatically happening, and that is something more than what we want or what we need. That is something comes to spirituality, that is something comes with enlightenment. So once your eyes opens, you can see the stability in this eyes. Once the eyes gets open, you start to love everything, and you start to love everything with not your heart, with the third eye chakra, with the crown chakra. So I'll turn the camera around. I'll show you some views, what's happening around me. There's a water tanker going with few drops of water falling around. So I'll turn around the camera and we'll continue the discussion. So this is what happening around me, and this is the place where I live. This is the place from where the journey started. So this journey of enlightenment hasn't been a journey of one day. I have been spending 26 years into these places. So it was like 17 years. I was like 17 years of old when I startedly left my hometown and went to Delhi for my further studies in terms of FITGI coaching, for my 11th and 12th coaching for physics, chemistry and mathematics. Later started with my dropout year. So in 2019 I gave it a drop year because I didn't do pretty good with chemistry. I think that I was pretty good with mathematics and physics because I was getting good marks at FITGI, but that isn't true. All this is like a marketing strategy eventually. But what happened during the year of 2019, I thought that let's go with the chemistry and I'll study chemistry for a year, so it would be a better chance that I can crack a better engineering college. So during the year of 2019, the coronavirus hit the earth, and I was going through an article that was what is the economical impact of tourism on our GDP, like the basic Indian Economic Times. So it was like tourism is an only industry which is contributing to all the industries, either directly or indirectly. Like sometimes indirectly, not directly, like logistics, selling of water bottles, selling of general stores. But eventually, it is interrelated to all the industries. So is supposedly a traveler is traveling from one place to another, automatically he or she has some needs like food, shelter and water. So they'll need a place to hide, they'll need a place for shelter, they'll need a food to eat, they'll need a water to drink. So all these basic needs comes with business opportunities at a destination. So creating an attraction and boosting any of the destination as a tourist destination and simultaneously practicing sustainability is the best source of generating revenue after the agriculture, because that way we would be like decreasing the carbon footprint, and we can create an environment where the carbon footprint is pretty less and the maximum satisfaction is at high level. I'm getting tired of speaking. Let's take a pause, change the topic, have some good time. So Let me show you what's the condition. Basically, I was not well for 2 days. Since 2 days I was into the bed. I had lot of pain into my stomach, so I couldn't get in connect with you in the morning time since 2 days, because I wasn't into that energetic mood to get up in the morning, go upstairs and make videos, because the stomach pain was too hard. Maybe this is because of the re-evolution. What I think, the doctor thinks that it has some medical reasons, but what I think is like it is because of the re-evolution, not re-evolution. We can say that after the like this is the third stage of evolution, like the day we are born, then the day we are like we get matured. But some people get matured but they never like reaches till the end. Like once you reach till the end, you know that there is no ending. After every ending there is a new beginning, and that is the realization of this pointer is known as evolution, we can say. So you always need to re-evolve, and this re-evolution process is something that is part of our life, the part of this universe. So there are more than thousands of earth like this, and there are so many lives. Just like we are carbon based life, many of them would be having boron based life. So many different probabilities are there, and we are into the one. And the biggest thing is that this mind is all. So the overall universe exists into this mind. So this mind inside me is all. So that's why we sometimes dream, and we dream of such a places we haven't been to. We couldn't think of, we even dream of such a places. That is because that is something mind had heard or not heard, because mind is all, so it can even heard the unheard things. So if you go eye behind the eye, ear behind the ear, tongue behind the tongue, skin behind the skin, nose behind the nose, you will find mind. And that mind is all that is behind all our senses. So everything that we see, that we experience is our own mind. There is nothing to contradict, and there is no one to contradict for. So the contradictor and the contradiction, like the person who is contradicting and the person who is not contradicting, like they are the same identity, they are just splitting into two in order to create this universe, because the realization of singularity wouldn't lead to the creation of this universe. So the Maya is all the identification of more than one, either two, duality or trinity, is very important whenever we talk about the creation part. Anything that splits into reality takes three major parts: one which is the thinker, one which is the doer, and one which is the awarer part. So one which is thinking of it, one which is doing it, the thinker, the doer, and the awarer. So most of the time we are only familiar with the two part, the thinker and the doer. Once we practice some yoga and meditation, we get familiar with the awarer part. And once we get familiar with the awarer part, we get to know the awarer part is also known as drishta in Sanskrit or Hindi. So once we are into the drishta part, we can see or think what I am thinking. So because most of the time when whatever work you are doing, as per your perspective, you are doing perfectly right. You wouldn't agree that yes, I might be doing something wrong. That is the internal issue we have as a human. But once I start getting aware, while doing any of my task, while thinking any of my work, while thinking about any of my work, or while doing any of my task, I can be aware. So if I can be aware, I can judge my own actions or thinking, and simultaneously I can take the control of my thinking and actions. And if I can take the control, then I can forecast and plan my actions accordingly to my desired outcome, whatever I want in my life. So again, I'm getting tired. It's been like too many words per minute. So what we'll do, we'll maintain a few minutes of silence. Guys, travelers. So I would love to share my enlightenment experience with you guys. So how it started. So enlightenment experience, like I'll just speak with you a very small story, because if I start from the very beginning, it would take a very long time, and I am already sweating, well, having fever. It was one day when I was sitting in a non-moving posture. So it was like 20-25 minutes I was in a deep thought, and simultaneously I was like sitting in a non-moving posture, like not moving my body for more than 20-25 minutes, half an hour, and not even moving my eyes. So simultaneously, whatever, most of the time, whatever we think, we start to just logicalize our thinking. So I started logicalize, and internally I felt like we are an astro particle, such as like an alien who can pursue the habits and the thought, and who can accordingly do the desired task. Like we are more of an alien, like an astro particle. So I was trying to keep on logicalizing my pointers, again coming new pointers. Simultaneously, everything gone white in front of my eyes, and the the part, like this part, the middle part, if you can see the stability, I see into the camera. I'll watch into the camera for a second so you could look for the stability. So what happened, I was just sitting, I was watching at a scenery. I was not moving the middle of my eyes. I was like not moving for more than, in a non-moving posture for more than 25-30 minutes. So simultaneously, a very whitish color, everything gone white in front of me, and it was like my eyes are getting opened. It was like the day I was born, my eyes was open, but today is the day the eyes are really opening, because it was like the first feeling I felt was like I am a tree, and now a tree has evolved and a tree has an eye. So what would the tree be doing? What the tree would do? So there was no answer. What would the tree do? It wouldn't do anything. It was like it has got senses. Automatically, the nature has given senses to the trees. And the moment you realize, the moment you get this feeling, the first phase of the information you read, like even if I am a tree, and if I am seeing a leaf falling from sky to the ground, measuring the gravitational acceleration of 9.8 meter per second square is like a work of work of this for me. If I am into the tree, if I am a tree, if if I am an astral particle, if I am not attached to any desire, and if I have my five senses, it would be an very easy task for me to attain knowledge. And the first line of the knowledge that I would attain, that would give me concentration, that would give me dhyan, and that dhyan would automatically lead to moksha. So after the enlightenment, any information, either it is like bad or good, any information leads to dhyan, concentration, the focus, and that automatically leads to moksha. I'll show you the view. So these are not the talks that my family is liking. They really think I'm into the toxic materials. That's why I'm talking all these shitty things. But let it be. That could be true. But the result I just learned while working into the sales industry, I learned that world respects the result orientation. So if I can generate the result, if I can create the result, the opinions do change. But the biggest thing in this living world, not the world of enlightenment, not the world of tantra, into this world of yantra, all this living thing, non-living thing, the only thing matters is how much result is generating. If I am generating a good amount of result, eventually all the opinions do fade away. So it's been 17 minutes and 17 seconds of video. So what do you say? Shall I just disconnect or shall we continue the conversation? I wouldn't want any time to disconnect the conversation because I have so much to speak with the world. I have so much of my experiences to share with the world. The experiences that I have gathered in my loneliness but aren't going to go with my loneliness. The experiences that the world would be listening, the experiences that the world would be applying, and the experiences that would make the world travel, learn, and grow. So the basic motive is to make the India travel all the international destinations, upgrade their state of consciousness, and once they are into the state of consciousness, once they are into the state where they can understand all these things, we'll talk about this and we'll take them to the supreme satisfaction mode. So the last time the Renaissance took place was during the 16th century in Europe. So this time, guys, travelers, it's going to be West Bengal, the Renaissance. Whoever doesn't know the meaning of Renaissance, so Renaissance means rebirth. Like once I am born, and the second day when really I am free of all my desires and I am out of the slavery of my desire. So basically Europeans were into the slavery. So the day they started logicalizing their pointers and they came out of this slavery part, the feudal system and a lot of other things, They call it as Renaissance, the rebirth, the new birth, the new life. So once we are out of the slavery of all our wants and needs, or we can say the desires. So we discussed about all the 7 desires in one of the video. In shorter part, we can say that all the 7 desires can also be split into 4 major, that is Kam, Artha, Gyan and Dhyan. Kama, Artha, Jnana and Dhyan. So either you are attached to Kam, either you are attached to Artha, the money, the material possession. Either you are attached to the Gyan, you are running hither and thither behind the knowledge like I was. So once you are up from this knowledge part, once you are ready to be the biggest foolish of this world instead of being a knowledgeable person, you jump into the concentrative part, that is the dhyana part. And once you cross this dhyana part, there's a renaissance took place. The Europeans used the part renaissance because they were pretty good in English. But the term renaissance is actually meant for Indian subcontinent. I am really sorry to say that, because the beliefs and the studies, either Ramayana, Mahabharata or the Vedas, everything that goes here, everything is just for a renaissance. Whenever a person whose eyes opens, he can easily understand all these things and he can change the society and he can make a greater impact. So all this Allah, Shivji, God, Jesus are actually the same thing which I can say right away out of any controversy. These are only the things that are made to divide and rule. If I couldn't divide you, I won't be able to rule you. So that's why the division and rule system is something that Britishers gave us, and they played with our beliefs in order to give us this. So they understood our weaknesses, they understood our strength, and very meticulously they planned this dividing factor for us, which made us fight with each other. So let's disconnect the video for now. We'll again connect with new video, new content ideas, new topics and new enlightenment stories of mine. That's it for this video. Have an amazing day, guys. Keep traveling. Keep traveling. I am not willing to disconnect this video. I believe there's something still very important to be discussed that is left. So let it be. Once I get any of the topic, I'll surely get in connect with you guys. As of now, take care, keep traveling.